I built a tool that tracked every real estate agent in Southern California and analyzed how each home was sold. And what I found is going to seriously upset you. Top producers, the agents everyone thinks they should hire, and referrals, they're losing sellers tens of thousands of dollars, and sellers have no idea what's going on because nobody's ever had the proof that I'm about to show you. So in this video, I'm going to show you all the data, my tool in action, and the 5 lessons that'll help you avoid the biggest realtor traps out there. To start, let me give you a real life analogy that simplifies this. In World War II, these B-17 bombers, they kept coming back to base with bullet holes always in the same areas. So obviously the military, they were gonna put additional armor where the bullet holes were, right? Until a statistician named Abraham Wald said something just absolutely ridiculous. He said, hey, put the armor where there are no bullet holes. His reasoning, planes hit there, never returned. And that shows us that information isn't enough. But most people only see what's obvious. And the real risks, the ways that agents cost you tens of thousands of dollars, are hidden in the crevices of information. But that's exactly what my tool did. It interpreted millions of bullet holes to show us a really clear picture. And what it showed, it's going to challenge every belief you've had about selling homes, realtors, and why even commissions-based pay is more one-sided than you'd ever realize. And I'm going to show you how you can protect yourself from being a victim, even without my tool. Remember when life was slower paced and more civil, like Black Fridays in the 90s and 2000s? Imagine walking into that store and expecting a helpful employee when they're breaking up literal fistfights and avoiding stampedes. And that's exactly why you should never work with top producers, because their lack of service is costing you a freaking fortune. But some are going to say that those guys are busy because they're great agents. But that's not what the data says. This is all the realtors who sold a home in Pasadena here in SoCal. Here are your actual top 3 realtors by volumes. They've sold 88, 84, 83 homes each. But what I want you to focus on is right here. So these are the number of times they've had to have price reductions. So your top agent, look at here. 1 out of every 3 had a price reduction of $111,000. Imagine those 33 families. And for townhomes, 3 out of 12. But look at this. Look at this agent, who's even worse. If you add up all the numbers for this agent, from 13, 56, 13, you're looking at 82 sellers out of 117. That's 70% of their clients had price reductions. And if you look at our final top 3, we're looking at here. Again, 4 out of 12 had $70,000 and 1 out of every 3 had $114,000. So if you're wondering why agents with this much experience is losing so much money, let me explain. Real estate's a business, and a business makes money when it sells a product. And the faster they sell, the more money they make. So what do businesses all over the world do when they want to sell things faster? You guessed it, they put it on sale. Realtors, they get a free product and they make money off the top. So it doesn't hurt them if they discount your home. But someone out there, probably an agent, that's going to say, no, they're not. Agents make more money when they sell your home for more. Let me math the crap out of this. If your home sells for $30,000 less than it deserves, hey, that is $30,000 less for you. But for them, 2% commissions, it's just $600. The big names aren't the ones you want. The data shows that the agents who are selling 9 to 24 homes a year get the highest results. This next lesson helps you make sure that agents are not secretly practicing on your home. Let me ask you a question. If your friend needed a lawyer for a car accident, would you recommend a divorce lawyer? But why do people do this for real estate? This happens like all the time. A friend says, oh, they're good, or they're my best friend. Sorry, I need to tone down my analogies. But just like doctors and lawyers have specialties in their field, real estate has specialties, locations, price ranges, property types. And not knowing that results in pretty catastrophic financial losses. Okay, so here in SoCal, our data shows that it's not unusual for 9 out of 10 homes to expire when an agent is not familiar with your price point. So what does this mean for you? Only work with realtors that have sold homes at your price point. Just make sure that it's within the last 12 months. Realtors love sharing their big wins, even if it's from a couple years ago. So don't fall for that marketing trick. That's the oldest trick in the book. This next lesson is going to save you from the predatory agents out there. Let me explain the problem like this. Have you ever seen those news channels where the reporter, they go undercover for like a air conditioning tech or a mechanic, and they know that there's like a small $10 fix, and they call up these people to come and they just straight up lie and give outrageous quotes? But the most shocking part when you watch that isn't the fact that people lie, but it's just how many people try to rip you off, right? Well, thank goodness real estate's not like that, because getting licensed is like super selective. Real fact, by the way. Okay, now that you feel all warm and fuzzy, agents will lie that your home's worth a lot more just so you hire them. Then they lock you up in a contract, bleed out all your equity because they have your home sitting there, bloated and overpriced. And after months of torture, here comes the famous line. I think the smart move now is to drop the price. Dirtbags. But the infuriating part about this problem for you is that home valuations is both an art and a science. There's so much various degrees of like half truths and overconfidence or miscalculations from all the realtors that this is just absolutely impossible to spot. Well, that is until my program made this stupid simple. So here are 3 dead easy signs so that you can spot these dirtbags. I mean, real estate professionals from a mile away. All you gotta do is look at their days on market, number of price reductions, and the number of expired listings they've had. But where can you find this data on your own? Here's the thing. I can't tell you just yet because it's like the master key to the next 2 points. So I'll have to share it at the end altogether. But I will say this, it's something any seller can do, even grandma. It's free. And the best part is agents can't BS their way out of it. I mean, it's literally so easy. You're going to crap your pants. That's a saying. That's a saying, right? So lesson number 4 is actually the other side of the same problem. Don't automatically think the agent who quotes the highest price for your home is lying to you. Okay, so picture this. You interview 4 agents. 3 say your home's worth 1.5 million, and the 4th one says your home's worth 1.8. You know what to do now. You can't trust that bad man that's trying to lie to you so he can just win your listing. But here's the thing. Some agents, they lie and trap you with big numbers. Others are actually being truthful and they can get you those big numbers. Here's the thing. There's just no way of telling the difference between a liar and a magnificent agent. Well, until now. Let me show you how. Look at this magnificent agent. He took 11 listings, sold all 11. He averaged $405,000 above list for all 11 properties. Now, there is a range. So what that means is the lowest or the cheapest he got was $225,000 above list price, and the most, $690,000 above list price. And this guy does not miss because he sold all 11 properties, all at an average of 24 days. Compared to the rest of these guys, he specializes in the $2.2 million home price. And so if you have a $2.2 million house, you are an idiot not to use him. And He has 0 price reductions and he sold 100% of them all. This is the only way, ladies and gentlemen, to know who you should hire and who you should trust. To kind of show you how exceptional this agent is, can I tell you something that's gonna really, really piss you off? If you're looking for an agent, what's like the bare minimum of qualifications like you would have or you would want? One, that they consistently sell above list price. Two, no price reductions. And three, no expired listings. Like, that's not superhero status, right? But can you guess what percentage of realtors have this? In most Southern California neighborhoods, you're looking at 0.3%. I'm not kidding. So when 99.7% of agents can't pull this off, of course sellers won't believe anything these elite agents will say about your home, what it's worth, and what their marketing and strategy will actually get them. But I know there's someone out there saying, Agent 124 isn't special, guys. They just underprice everything and anyone can do that. And that takes us to our final lesson. And I'm going to math the crap out of this one too. And it's what nobody ever sees coming. I saved the best for last. And that's this. You will never recover from pricing it too low. Here's how that works out. You ever go shopping for an item for like 50 to 75% off and you go in the next day to buy it, but now it's full price? Can't buy it at that price now, can you? Happened to me, stupid full price Dyson. And that's exactly what happens when you price your home too low. Everyone who shows up and makes an offer is thinking bargain. And they're not fighting to win your home. They're fighting to protect the bargain. But here's the thing, your agent is turning them into a bargain hunter. Let me show you the proof. You see this agent here? This agent sells their home in 12 days. Pretty amazing, right? And they're selling at an average of 102% above list price. That's amazing. They're selling above list price. Wow, what a wonderful agent. You'd want to hire them, right? I'll show you why you'll never, ever want to hire this agent. Because you need to compare them to agent, this one, who averages 114%. Look, that 12% isn't small. For my client who's selling a $1.2 million property, that's a $144,000 difference that my client could have lost because that was the one they thought of using until I show them these numbers. But do you see what's happening here? See, this first agent, they're pricing it too low, and that's how they're getting their quick sales. But remember I told you, this creates the bargain hunter. And so what's happening is they are now chained to the low price and fighting to protect that bargain. That's why it is only at 2% above list, whereas the other agent who priced it right, and now they got the dream buyer. These are the buy once, cry once crowd. They fall in love with your home, not the price, and they'll fight to win it, meaning they'll throw money at you. Here's a solution for the last 3 problems, like I promised. How on earth are you able to do this without my tool? Well, you can't. So for 3 easy payments of, just kidding. here's a stupid, simple way to get this information. Ask your agent to show you. And the agents with terrible numbers, they're gonna ghost you. And that's what you want. You want to eliminate all these predatory, unskilled, terrible agents from representing you. Man, this video was so easy to make. Now I just gotta go change my pants.